Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of, man, I don't know what I was calling this, JoyPad Reacts, something like that. I don't know. My name is Mike. I like to do music reactions every so often. You wouldn't know that from the fact that I haven't done them in like a year. But here we are, back in the saddle, back in the habit. Today I'm going to be reacting to a track called Minotaur by the band St. Paul and the Broken Bones. If you have not heard of St. Paul and the Broken Bones, hopefully this is a good first experience. I discovered them through NPR's Tiny Desk Concerts. I don't remember when the performance that they did was, several years ago. I feel like 2017 is accurate, but don't quote me on that. I would really suggest going to watch it though. The lead singer, whose name is Paul, I can't remember his last name. He is a former bank teller, I believe, from Georgia, and man's got a lot of soul. This is, their old stuff was a mixture of soul and R&B, just that good old Southern style type of music that, personally I don't hear a lot of, but I hadn't heard anything new by them in quite some time, but just a couple days ago, maybe, what's today? The 17th? When I'm recording this, I'll probably be uploading it next week sometime. They hadn't released anything new in quite some time, but now they have a new track out called Minotaur, and I want to hear it. So let's get into it. That didn't work. Let's try this. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, so it's got more of an I guess R&B feel than I was expecting. From what I had heard and the older material, it was much more straightforward um, rock instrumentation almost. I don't hear any horns in this. Their older music had a lot of horns, which is something that I personally always enjoy. I'm a hornhead. I don't know if that's actually a thing. I feel like that's a term I've heard before. But judging from the artwork, which is slightly psychedelic, the music itself too has much more of that ethereal psychedelic feel than a lot of their older stuff. Not that I'm complaining at all. His voice is still phenomenal. He's doing a lot of different things. It feels more restrained than their older music, though it still has a lot of technique in there. Because let's be honest, yeah, belting takes technique, but also knowing when to restrain your voice also takes skill and technique. The other thing I'm noticing, I like the bass a lot. It's a really good bass line. It's got a nice. The entire song so far has a nice groove to it. It's not quite as straightforward like 4/4 as a lot of their old stuff was. So let's keep it going.
Destruction
Okay. I mean, I'll let it trail off here. So, the vibe I really got from this, and I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say it sounds like something that would belong in a modern noir movie or a spy movie. I was gonna say James Bond, but I haven't seen James Bond movies ever. Last James Bond I watched, Pierce Brosnan was still James Bond, and I think they're far more actiony than spy-y these days. But this has that sort of like slinky subterfuge sound. Um, it's like something that would play when you're like going to investigate something in a seedy bar. I don't know. It was really cool though. It sounds pretty unique to a lot of things that I've heard these days. I'm interested to hear whether or not the entire new album, which I believe is called Alien something, is coming out in April of this year, sounds like this. If it all has this sort of more R&B, almost psychedelic sound compared to the I don't want to sound stereotypical, but like fried chicken and shrimp and grit soul sound that their original music had. I'd like to hear if there is a marriage of the two, perhaps some in the old style, some in this style, and some songs that maybe meet in the middle. The real standouts here in this song, of course, were Paul's voice, but also the bass. I really enjoyed the bass, especially towards the end of the track. Everything else was perfectly satisfactory, but those are the things that stood out to me. Again, I didn't really hear any horns, which is a little disappointing to me. There might have been some saxophone in there around the 2 minute 30 second mark, but the old stuff was like had a pretty robust horn section, a trumpet, trombone for sure. There may have been a saxophone. I can't recall offhand. So as a whole, like I like it, but it's a pretty different direction from their older material. As an artist, you probably should be evolving your sound. You know, a lot of people get upset when bands change their sound, but at the same time, a lot of people get upset when they just kind of release the same sort of stuff over and over again. So, there's no pleasing everyone, which is something I've learned as a denizen of the internet, even at the lowest tier of YouTube viewership. But I like it a lot, and I hope there's another single that I can listen to and react to before the album itself drops, because I'd be interested to hear more, especially compared to their old sound, which I know I've mentioned quite a bit, the compare and contrast there. But if you like this, awesome. Let me know what you thought of it down below. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. Go check out the old stuff, especially that NPR Tiny Desk concert. It's phenomenal. Very, very good. But yeah, that's about it. Do all the YouTube stuff. As I said, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos. I have plenty of reactions. They're all pretty old at this point, but you know what? I stand by what I say and what I believe in. So those old ones, still pretty good. Then you can go check out the JoyPad podcast, where my friends and I talk about gaming, and also I have some gaming videos on the channel as well, because gaming and music are my two passions in life. That's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe, be smart, be kind, wash your hands, because funnily enough, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, even though I have taken like a year off from doing music reactions. So do all those things, and most importantly, stay joyful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.